So you're thinking about moving to the Charleston area, but you see online that prices are all over the place. You might be planning to live in a certain area of town, or maybe you don't have a preference. But what type of home can you reasonably expect to buy? Well, as of May of 2023, the median sales price of Charleston homes was about $400,000. But depending on the location or the city you're in, this $400,000 will get you very different homes. Stay tuned as I dive into each submarket of the Charleston Metro to learn what type of home you can reasonably expect to buy if you're looking at that medium price range. Hey, what's up y'all? It's Shawn, your Charleston Realtor. Today I want to chat about just how far $400,000 goes right here in Charleston. This can help you make a more informed decision on the area of town you want to purchase. Proximity to restaurants and nightlife might be important to you, or maybe the size of the yard might be. Location, size, price, and condition are a sliding scale, and I hope this video helps you find where those four intersect for your particular situation. First, if you don't mind, it would mean the world to me if you consider giving this video a thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button. So let's get to it. So let's start with the Charleston Peninsula. When you envision historic Charleston City, this is the area I'm talking about. You pay a premium to live here. Occasionally, small condos will come up in this price range, but those are usually older homes that have been subdivided into condos. You can also usually buy small lots of land under this price range. Space is so limited in downtown Charleston that I've seen parking slots being sold for $20,000 or boat slips for $80,000. You're unlikely to find anything outside of a small one-bedroom or studio condo for less than $400,000. That is at least in move-in condition. However, it is still common for properties in need of major renovations to be sold in this price range. Next, let's talk about Mount Pleasant. There's really two parts of Mount P, north and south. As a rule, you'll get more bang for your buck in North Mount Pleasant in the 29466 zip code. Mount Pleasant is one of the more expensive markets in Charleston, and you're going to be looking for condos or very old townhomes in this price range. You'll likely find a 1 or 2 bedroom condo for under $400,000. Be sure you watch out for HOA fees and always ask about pending litigation if you decide to purchase a condo or a townhome. As a side note, as of this year, Mount Pleasant just renewed their ban on new multifamily developments until 2025. So no new apartments or condos will be built. This will only strain the supply for the years to come. So maybe you're considering West Ashley. It's a vibrant suburb west of the Ashley River, hence the name. I personally live here and love the area. Just like Mount Pleasant, we can break the area into two parts, this time east of I-526 and west of I-526. As a rule, east of 526 will be more expensive, and it's likely you'll only find condos or townhomes under the $400,000 price range, especially as you get closer to Charleston. However, as you go west of 526, it's a different story. You'll find many 3-bedroom brick ranch homes under this price point, though these homes tend to be older. There will also be quite a few townhome communities that offer homes at this price point as well. Now, as we get to Daniel Island, unfortunately, you'll probably be a little disappointed. You might find a smaller condo under $400,000, but likely nothing else. Heck, even as you go north to Wando, it's unlikely that you'll find any sub 400 homes outside of smaller townhomes or condos. Small plots of land here tend to run in the hundreds of thousands, so it's quite cost prohibitive for the median home shopper. Now, the big beach towns are definitely out of the median home shopper's price range. You're not even going to find raw land in this price range. However, there are fractional ownership opportunities out there to own massive beachfront homes. The most common fractional ownership that I see is 1/13 stake, meaning you'll share the home with 12 other owners and get access to the home 1 week per quarter. Think of it like a timeshare with a little bit more control and access to the home. So for Edisto Island, it's possible to find an older cottage in this price range, but likely you're very far inland and nowhere near the beach. As you get closer to the beach, it's likely you'll only find raw land, or if you're lucky, a small condo in this price range. Now, Hollywood is one of the most forgotten and underappreciated towns in the Charleston Metro. It's just to the west of West Ashley and north of Johns Island. It's known for being extremely rural, but its proximity to Charleston makes it ideal for those who want land. Despite being a rural area, $400,000 will only get you a small home out here, or a plot of land. The difference is that you might be able to snag an acre or two for this price. Next, let's talk about one of the most established areas of the entire Charleston Metro. That is James Island. Now, you're not going to find anything on James Island for less than $400,000 except condos and vacant land. There's actually a ton of 1 or 2 bedroom condos that are well within this price point. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it's super important that you verify any special assessments or pending litigation at each condominium site. There are many on James Island and throughout the Charleston area that are involved in lawsuits against builders. Now, Johns Island is a separate story. Many people who move to the area might get Johns Island and James Island confused, but they are nothing alike. Johns Island is a lot more rural and at a much lower price point than James Island, but that's area dependent as well. Even still, $400,000 won't buy you a sprawling estate here. Instead, you're looking at townhomes, condos, or the occasional single-family detached that is on the older side. You see, Johns Island doesn't have much in the way of older planning developments, which is unlike West Ashley or James Island. Most neighborhoods, as you and I understand them, are relatively new, and those demand higher price, almost always above the median sales price in the Charleston metro. Older homes might actually be sub 400 here, but they're usually standalone homes on the side of a major road. So let's leave the coastal areas and head up to North Charleston. Here you actually get tremendous bang for your buck. In fact, I would say $400,000 goes the longest way in North Charleston, where you're able to afford the smallest townhome up to some of the largest homes in the area. The question then becomes, what areas are priced higher than the median price point? And really, there's only two areas that I can think of. That is North Charleston, just off Dorchester Road near Summerville, and also Park Circle. Even then, it's likely you'll find sub 400 price points in these areas too, if you're willing to settle for something less than turnkey. Which leads us to Ladson, South Carolina. Of all the major cities in Charleston, Ladson is the smallest. It's more rural than the neighboring cities of Summerville, Goose Creek, and Hanahan, but there are many neighborhoods of varying age. Some are newer, some are older, but your money goes further here. You should reasonably expect to find a larger, newer 4-bedroom home below the $400,000 price point in all but a select few neighborhoods. Now, Goose Creek might be one of my favorite Charleston suburbs, and it's not just because it's affordable. There's a ton of options for home shoppers in this city, and you'll certainly be able to find a large, newer home for under the median Charleston price. However, because much of the city is already developed, it's unlikely you'll get much in the form of land. You'll probably have neighbors. Now, I actually made another video about Hanahan to discuss what I view as the three areas, North, South, and West Hanahan. Link in the description below. $400,000 will get you a townhome or condo in North Hanahan, which is that area around Tanner Plantation. On the other hand, you'll probably find a smaller single-family detached home in the $300 price range in Southern Hanahan. Hanahan is still an affordable city if you're shopping at a medium price point, but it's relatively older and there's less new construction in Hanahan compared to areas like Moncks Corner or Summerville. And because it's a great location, prices are higher than maybe other parts of the Charleston area. Which leads us to Moncks Corner. This town is really all over the place as far as price point goes, but as a rule, you'll be able to afford a huge home here for under the median Charleston sales price. The reason for that is land is cheaper up here, and there's plenty of room for newer development, which keeps prices relatively suppressed. So if you're looking for a small home on a large plot or a large 5-bedroom new construction, there's a good chance you'll find something for below $400,000. Now lastly, I want to talk about Summerville. As I described in my video about Summerville real estate, new construction here really drives the market. There are a ton of communities in the area and at all price points, and many are less than the median sales price. You can certainly find a large single-family detached home in Summerville for under $400,000. Almost all builders in the Charleston metro offer some budget-friendly communities, and the vast majority are out here in Summerville. Your money goes a long way out here, but just like Moncks Corner, you do sacrifice location and proximity to the rest of the Charleston metro. So that's what the median sales price gets you in each of the Charleston submarkets. If you think I left something out, be sure you let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.